Hi, Gooby here. Today I'd like to talk about what I would do if I had to choose to do things over. I've had a couple questions about that. Let's see here. I saved some of the comments. One Peach Soda asked about a month ago, knowing what you know now, if you're given a chance to go back in time, well, that's kind of cool. Time travel, that's interesting. If you had a chance to go back in time and start over, how would you design your life? Where would you live? What would you do? What would you need? Okay, that's an interesting one. Oh, before we go on, here is Doobie! Doobie and my wife and my mother-in-law. We're out enjoying PNW Forest. Alright, the other question was from It's North 48. They must live in the North 48th parallel, longitude. No, latitude. I think I live in the 48th. I'm not sure. I live in the 40th something. That's where I'm located. Well, It's North 48 asks, hey, hello, can I ask something? I'm 17 and I'm about to go to college. My parent is pushing me to study so hard, but I can't take the stress anymore. I want to do what you did. Okay, that's interesting, because what I did was I went to college and I studied really hard, and it was very stressful. So, but we'll keep going. Even if I go to a good college, I don't think that's gonna heal me. Oh, no, okay, now that's an interesting statement. Gotta remember to come back to that. What's your advice? You went to a college, a really good one, but would you do the same thing if you could? So it's kind of like a similar question of like, if you could go back in time, would you do it? Well, that is interesting, because that involves time travel and a different universe than the one that we're in. If I went back and I chose to do something different, well, I wouldn't be me. I would be someone else in a different universe. Like the butterfly effect. The butterfly flapping its wings on the other side of the world can cause a totally different outcome or chaos on the other side. If I chose to have a latte on the morning of August 1st, 2002, or if I chose not to have a latte on that morning, my life would be different. Now, you may say, well, Gooby, come on. Whether you have a latte or not, it doesn't make a big difference. Well, it might have. You know, what if I met a future business partner at the coffee shop? Or what if I had a coffee and it was scalding hot, and then I sued Starbucks for $20 million because that happens in America. America, people get millions of dollars for getting coffee too hot. You know, what if I wanted to get a coffee and I chose not to, and I got in an accident because at the time I would have been getting a coffee, I was actually driving and I got in an accident. You know, there's just like, if I went back and I chose something different, I would not be where I am now. I would not have experienced the things that I did. I would be someone else. I would not be Gooby making this video on this channel. So it's a little hard. It's a little hard to say. Also, I haven't lived an alternate life. I've only lived this one. So, for instance, asking if I would go to college, yeah, I don't know, because if I didn't go to college, I would have lived a different life, and that would have its own hardships and positives. But I never lived that, so I don't know exactly what that's like. But it is an entertaining question, a set of questions to ponder. So I've been pondering it actually for the last month, since One Peach Soda asked, and then It's North 48 asked like a week ago, and I've been thinking really hard about it. What would I do? Well, I think One Peach Soda's question is more broad, and so I'll leave that for later. And I think a more easier to answer question, actually might not even be easier, is It's North 48's question about going to college. So I went to Massachusetts Institute of Technology from 2001 to 2004. I graduated a year early. I studied biology. Then I went to medical school at Duke University, School of Medicine. I did the full 4 years there. That ended up getting me a position in neurosurgery for residency, and I chose to go that path, and I became a neurosurgeon, and I did primarily spine surgery, but I did brain surgeries too for emergencies. And that path led to where I am now. It was a path that had a lot of heartache, a lot of sadness, also some happiness too. I was not very happy doing that job. I was happy helping people, but there is helping people is an interesting one. I've made videos about that. You can't truly help somebody unless they want to help themselves, and it also, helping someone can make them want to hurt you. So that there are these counterintuitive effects of helping someone. And also in this culture there is this predominance of stories of self-sacrifice. Sacrifice yourself for the system. I get a lot of comments like, Gooby, you should volunteer in some third world country. Use your skills for the benefit of humanity. Okay, that is the same kind of story as sacrificing yourself. It's the Jesus story. It's if you watch the Hunger Games. No, not the Hunger Games. Well, Hunger Games kind of follows that too, sort of. The Squid Games on Netflix. That's kind of a spoiler alert, but that also has a sacrificial story too. There's a lot of stories that are highly prized in this culture of someone sacrificing their life for the good of other people. And I think that it's not a mistake. It's not a mistake that is the predominant valued story in our society, because our society wants you to sacrifice yourself for the good of the system, or the wealthy people, or other people. But sacrifice yourself. So like, if I went to a third world country, I probably wouldn't be able to bring Doobie. Doobie would be alone. I would probably be alone. My wife, she's got a job here in the United States. So I would be sacrificing my happiness with my dog and my wife and myself to live in third world country. I would help them. I mean, that might have its own positives and it would have its own positives and negatives. But these comments follow this story. I even had one comment of someone saying, "You become useless." So you're a useless man. A measure of someone's value is how useful they are to other people. And I was like reading that, I was like, "Yeesh." Well, if that's how you define your value, that's kind of sad, because you're relying on other people. You can't find value in yourself. I think that's a recipe for being really sad and angry and frustrated with your life. Well, I kind of digressed. Let's go back to college. So I went to MIT and I went to Duke School of Medicine. At that time, it was cheaper than what it is now. I looked it up this morning. On MIT's website, it estimates that the total cost, including housing, books, tuition, all that stuff, food, is $89,000 a year. Ouch. So for 4 years, if you went for 4 years, which is the usual, I went for 3 years, graduated early. Some people take 5 years. Most people graduate in 4 years. If you went for the full 4 years, you would be paying $356,000. We just rounded up $360,000. That's a lot of money. That's over $350,000. And you're not making money during that time. You're studying your butt off. And also making friends and having fun time in college with other young people. Doobie's really cute. She keeps stopping and making sure that I'm coming. She's doing much better, by the way. She's pretty much back to her normal health now. But still on medicines. You can see her tails all the way up. She's really happy to be outside. I looked up Duke School of Medicine. The estimated cost for Duke's School of Medicine. Oh, this is where the yeah, the blackberries are. Are those good? We got some blackberries. Let's see, these are Himalayan blackberry. Yeah, this is towards the tail end of the season, so these are very ripe. Some of them are already fermented. You can smell alcohol. But these thorns, man, they're vicious. Look at these thorns. You gotta be careful. So I looked up Duke School of Medicine. Estimated cost, including everything, tuition, housing, insurance, that kind of stuff, $107,000 a year. So times 4 is $428,000. So if you went to Duke, if you went to MIT for the full 4 years, and oh, thank you. My wife just gave me a blackberry. Oh, thanks.
It's super ripe.
Oh, thanks.
Baby, what are you eating? Oh no, she ate something.
I'm good on blackberries, thanks. If you went to MIT for the full 4 years and then Duke School of Medicine for, well, it is 4 years. You can't, there's not an option to graduate early. Now you could take 5 years if you did a special research program that like lasted 2 years. Because there's a year of research built in. At least there was when I was there. If you did 4 years and 4 years, the estimated cost is well, I can't do the math now. I think it's like 700, it's almost $800,000. Yeah.
$800,000.
Yeah, it's like 700, high 700s. I think I calculated it. Let's see.
And it rises every year.
Yeah, and it gets more expensive. 789,000. I calculated it this morning. That's just the estimate. And during those 8 years, you're not making any money. You're not making any money, and you got these massive loans, which have interest. So the interest compounds on careful. Now, those thorns are vicious.
Yeah.
Now, the interest doesn't kick in on some student loans until I think several years later, but it will kick in at some point, and that means that you're gonna owe more than $789,000 with interest. It could easily be $1 million, and I know somebody that graduated like 4 or 5 years. No, 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, he graduated from residency and was going to do spine surgery, and I knew him because I worked with his wife, who was a physician assistant. He was an orthopedic guy, spine guy, and he told me he had over $1 million in loans to pay back. Now, like that's just kind of ridiculous. This way of like charging so much for education makes people into essentially indentured servitude. It means that you have to work in this system just to pay off the loans, which takes many years of someone's life. That's assuming that you get a job that can pay back the loans. If you don't, well, you're underwater. I don't think you can declare bankruptcy on student loans. I think they stick with you. So it's essentially a way to virtually enslave people. That's what it is. Now, would I go back and do it? Now, like if I was 17 now in 2025, would I go back and do that? I don't know. The reason why I say that is, well, I'm not 17 right now, so life is so complicated. But if I were me now, I probably wouldn't, because it's nearly $800,000 in loans. It'll take forever to pay off, and I value my freedom. Well, the freedom that I have. It's not an absolute freedom. I am a citizen of the United States. I pay taxes. I live in a country that has a lot of great laws. Thanks. Excellent. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
But also does horrible things too. There's no need to rehash the laundry list. But I mean, there's an infinitely long, not infinite, but nearly infinitely long list of crimes that this country has perpetrated and continues to perpetrate. There's a lot of good things about this country too. It's both good and bad. There's some horrible things. I don't have the freedom to not be complicit in some of these things, like paying for the war machine. My taxes go to pay for bombs and missiles that blow up innocent women and children and men on the other side of the world. Yeah, I mean, I just saw I just saw a video of journalists on the balcony of a hospital in Gaza. They're just cameraman blown up with a tank shell. And then when the other journalists and hospital workers go up there to try to help out their, well, that guy died, but they try to go up there and help him, but he was dead. Then the Israeli tanks fired 2 more shells at the exact same place and blew up the journalists and healthcare workers. Humans can do horrible, horrible, horrible things. My country, United States, is no exception, and in fact is usually the perpetrator of horrible things in a lot of situations. To procure land and energy resources, oil, natural gas, to dissuade or defeat other countries that want the same thing. Yeah. Do I have absolute freedom? No, I am an American. I'm a United States citizen. I don't have absolute freedom, even though that's what Americans think we have. We don't have absolute freedom. But if I, going back to the loans thing, if I took an $800,000 loan to go to college and medical school, where I did now, in 2025 dollars, I would have my freedom curtailed. I would have to work a job that would be able to pay that back. Whether that's working in finance, like sucking the lifeblood, the energy of life energy out of the whole earth. Not only are you sucking money like a vampire from everyday people's savings, you're extracting the life energy out of the planet, this ecosystem. Money is an abstraction of life energy, and it's like a giant vampire just sucking energy, sucking the life out of the planet. Yeah, well, like I could go work in finance, do that, suck the lifeblood out of the planet, pay off my loans, have a nice house, maybe a vacation home somewhere, drive a fancy car. Is that freedom? Is that what I want? Is that what I want to do? I could be a spine surgeon like I was and make good money, but do a surgery that is not a perfect tool for healing people. It can help some people, but a lot of people it doesn't help, and in fact it hurts some people. And know that there are things that are much more powerful in surgery, like a healthy lifestyle, healthy amount of food, healthy kinds of food, sleeping enough, exercising, both cardio and weight training, loving yourself, trusting yourself, socializing with people that you love and they love you too, truly love you, not like they say they love you and then they keep hurting you. That's an abusive relationship. That's not healthy. People that truly love you, they really care for your well-being. I think we gotta go left here.
You can go all the way, check it out, and then you can come back.
Sure. well, I could work that job. I could work that job as a spine surgeon, make a lot of money, pay off those loans, and again, have a home, drive a fancy car. But at what cost to my soul? Knowing that the medical system is designed to maximize profit, at least in America, in the United States. Knowing that the medical system is intertwined with the insurance system and the pharmaceutical companies and the biomedical device companies, which are also intertwined with the food industry. The food industry that makes processed foods. The food industry that that highly encourages animal agriculture. Is food system that makes processed foods, and oh, not even mentioning the alcohol industry. All of this is designed to maximize getting money out of your wallet and bank account. It also hijacks your natural instincts of what tastes good, because these are all artificial, the processed foods. It makes you sick. You get sick. Then the hospital system, the doctors, the hospitals, the nurses, everything, physical therapists, chiropractors, everyone in the hospital system makes money from you being sick. Insurance companies make money. Pharmaceutical companies make money. Biomedical device manufacturers make money. They all make money off of you being sick and unhealthy. And if they can get you somewhat better and keep you sick, they make a ton of money, because you have to keep buying whatever they're selling. If you get well, you don't need to buy anything anymore. So the perfect product is something that kind of helps you but never fully heals you. Okay, so that, I could work in a system like that and pay off my loans. But even if I try to block out that, or if I don't even I just purposely, intentionally remain ignorant. Like, there's the saying that if a man's paycheck depends on, oh, what is it? If a man's paycheck, no. I forget. I think it's Upton Sinclair, but it's something like you can't make someone see the truth if their paycheck depends on them not seeing it, not knowing the truth. I think Upton Sinclair's quote is a little bit more clear than what I just said, but if your paycheck as a spine surgeon depends on not knowing that there are better ways to heal people than cutting open people, well, then you're just not going to acknowledge that and live in probably immense cognitive dissonance that's going to eat away at you. Even if you don't spend any time delving deeper into it and thinking about it, subconsciously it's going to be there. It was for me, at least. That's the price. Hi.
Hello.
That's the price you pay with your soul for a high-paying job in this system. High-paying job, a highly valued job in this system does something for the system. And the system itself is very extractive and destructive. I've made tons of videos about that. So would I go back? Would I go back, and if I could go back in time, would I go back? And would I go to MIT and or Duke Medical School? I don't think I would. With the caveat being that I'm not that person. I'm not 17 right now. I'm 41. It's 2025. I have the luxury of hindsight. If I were 17 right now, I probably would choose to go. I probably still would go to college because we all live in this system, this civilization, and you can't really escape it. Even the hunter-gatherers living in the Peruvian Amazon rainforest are getting squeezed out of their rainforest homes by logging and the sprawl of civilization. You can't escape. This affects the whole world, every single human being. Even the hunter-gatherers living on North Sentinel Island, they're on an island. Yeah, even they're affected. So this idea that you can live outside the system, I think, is probably not true. People have tried doing that. Henry David Thoreau went to Walden, lived in a cabin for 2 years, but that's land. Everything is owned. Did you drop this? No? Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, tried to live in a cabin and he blew up people from his cabin by mailing bombs. What's that all about? You can't really live separate from the system right now because it just is spread throughout the whole world. So yeah, I probably would go to college, but I would probably go to college at some state school that is cheaper. That's what I would do. Would I go to medical school? I don't know, maybe. I don't think there's a need to go to these ultra elite schools unless you want an ultra elite job. But as I was explaining, the ultra elite jobs come at a cost of your soul. I probably just want, I don't know, a job that I can punch in and punch out of that doesn't follow me home. I don't know. See, this is why it's like, this is a hard question because I'm not that person. I didn't live that life. I am the culmination, me, Gooby, the culmination of 41 years of decisions, choices that I made. But yeah, that's my thoughts about college, expensive college. I like this job that I've got right now. It doesn't pay like that much. But I I enjoy this job. This job does not require a college education. This job, which is making YouTube videos, it doesn't require going to medical school. It does require knowing how to use a computer, knowing how to edit videos, use a video editing software. It requires having a computer. It requires having a camera. It requires having internet access. But more than that, it requires using my creativity. Having at least a hazy vision of what I want to accomplish in a video. And then putting it together. Requires being in front of a camera. Talking. Saying words. Thinking up words. Thinking up thoughts. Trying to express thoughts. It requires time. Some videos take a long time to edit. Yesterday I was editing for 6 hours for the last video. Yeah. This job comes with some cost too. I lose my anonymity. Wherever I go, I run into some people who say hi and they say they watch the channel. That also means that there's people that see me and know who I am who don't say hi. I have lost an anonymity. I also have public scrutiny. I also have people say mean things on the channel, and also nice things. There's a cost. There's a cost, but I like this job a lot. I like making videos. I like expressing my creativity in talking, sharing, and editing, and creating. That makes me happy. I am very happy doing this job. To that person that said I have become a useless man, it's interesting thought. What is useless? What is useful? Is an NBA player useful? They're just bouncing a rubber ball around and throwing it into a metal hoop. They get paid a lot of money. Clearly they're valued. Are they useful? You could argue that they're entertaining people. Have I become a useless man making YouTube videos? What is useless? Is thousands of people watching these videos useless? A lot of times when I read people's comments, I think I realize that a lot of people's comments are actually coming from a reflection of themselves. That they are speaking to me, but they're really speaking to themselves. Their comments are a reflection of their consciousness. So I think that person feels afraid of being useless for whatever reason. But I think being useless or useful is a duality concept. We just are. I'm just me. I'm Gooby. I make videos for a living. I hang out with my dog and my wife, and today my mother-in-law. I like being outside. Trees, birds, berries, ferns, dirt. I like dirt. Sun, clean air. Well, it's a little hazy from forest fires today. Am I useless? Am I useful? It doesn't really matter to me. I'm just me. Well, to finish up the responding to the question from North 48, I would say you're you're a unique person. I would say follow what your feelings tell you. I think that that's the best thing to do, because I know doctors that are really happy being spine surgeons or neurosurgeons. I know I've had colleagues that derive great joy from practicing neurosurgery. Like they wouldn't do anything else. They had to go to an elite school and an elite medical school in order to get that job, and they are very happy practicing their skill to try to help people, knowing that they can't help everybody, but they can help some, and knowing that they might hurt some people, but they keep going. They're very happy doing that. So to someone like that, I'd say just keep going. But I think following your feelings really helps get you into a place where you really want to be. My wife has this idea that we all come to this life choosing to live this particular kind of experience. And if that's true, I think the feelings help guide you to that experience that you came here to live. Everyone lives a different experience. We're all part of this big civilization. Yeah. We all have a different experience of it. I think the worst thing you could do is betray yourself, betray your feelings. I think that's the absolute worst thing you could do. I think the best thing you could do is trust yourself, listen to your feelings, and follow them. I really been following this YouTube channel called Truck House Life. It's a guy that lives in Alaska and in Washington, and he lives out of a truck house, a house that's on his truck. I've been really enjoying that channel, and today I found out that for most of his life he taught driver's ed until his channel blew up, and now he just makes videos once a week. I really enjoy his videos a lot. He seems to be have found a peace with life of where he is, and that's why I like watching his videos. It doesn't require going to an elite school. You can teach driver's ed for 26 years or something, I think is how much he taught. You can teach driver's ed and find peace. He likes to kayak with his friends and play music and sing and drive his truck house around the country.
I don't know if you noticed. That ajushi that passed by us last time.
Yeah.
The last person who passed by us. I saw him all 3 times that I've been here.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think he comes here like every day.
Want some more water? You're a good girl. Well, this is a nice place.
It's wonderful.
Well, my battery cut out on the GoPro, so I was talking about why I like watching Truck House Life. I think that guy found a peace in his life. I could also see sadness in his eyes, so I think that peace did not come easily, but I think he found peace. I find kindred spirit in that, watching that guy. I feel like I found some semblance of peace. Not to say that I don't have issues, you know, like I don't have difficulties. Like my dog nearly died last month. That was horrible. Luckily, she's alive. And while she's still on medications, No, she's doing all right. She's like checking, make sure I'm still coming. So, I guess to finish up the answer to the question posed by North 48, I would say follow your feelings. Live the life that you came here, that you want to live. The life that, the experience that you want of this time. And I think your feelings will help guide you to that. You don't have to go to an elite school. You don't have to throw yourself into the gears of this civilization. You can find a life on the outskirts of it, or within it, just a less stressful life, a life that fits what you want to experience out of this one life you got. She's kind of tired.
I'll carry her.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I can carry her.
I wanna carry her.
You want to carry her? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If you get tired, I can carry her.
Oh.
All right. Doobie made it. How far do you think? Maybe it's like a mile?
I think more than a mile.
Yeah, and uphill too.
She's humping my arm.
You can put her in the sling. Okay. So now we go to the harder question. The one posed by One Peach Soda. I met One Peach Soda in person, and her partner at the ice caves of Washington. Oh, actually, no. We met there, but we didn't say hi. And we went to a waterfall near there. That's a little bit of a drive down, and we just happened to be there, and then we said hi. One Peach Soda, I think she's Canadian, from Vancouver. But she asks if, like knowing what I know now, if I could go back in time, if I could time travel, what would I do differently? Where would I live? What would I need? That's a much harder question because that'd be a different life. That'd be a different person. I like making YouTube videos, but I have this YouTube channel blew up because I quit that neurosurgery job. And I went to MIT. I put MIT in the title. This channel would not have blown up had I not gone to MIT or quit neurosurgery. Now, I could have had a different channel that blew up for a different reason. Maybe I got really good at like juggling flaming swords while riding a unicycle across the country. That channel could have blown up. So there's something a little silly about these hypothetical situations because it'd just be a completely different universe. But it's fun to think about. Anyways, so I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna have fun thinking about it, knowing that this is not the present. It is not the universe I live in. It's not the life that I have. It is not me. It would be someone else. What is a hypothetical life that I think would be pretty dang cool? Well, let's see. I think it'd be pretty cool to make movies. Like become a director or something. Make movies. Maybe go to film school. That would require going to college. Wouldn't necessarily have to go to an elite school. that cost a lot of money. I would try. I think I would try to go make movies. I like making these YouTube videos. It's kind of like making a movie. I like it. Yeah, that's probably one option. Another option would be become a park ranger. Live out in the mountains, but get paid to do it and get to see people enjoying their time. Well, one thing that I said when I quit neurosurgery was that I will never take a job. No, that's not how I said it. I said the next job that I have, I want to be around people that are happy and healthy. They're happy to be alive and they're healthy. Because I spent so much time around people who were sick and suffering so much. And no matter how callous you might be inside, every human has some empathy. I mean, unless you're a complete psychopath, you have some empathy, and you're gonna absorb the energy of the people around you. If you are a doctor and you're around suffering people, and I was a spine surgeon, so I'm around people with incredible pain and suffering from nerve and joint problems and disability, paralysis, and other problems. You absorb it. So I said when I quit, any job that I take from now on, one, I'm going to be around people that are healthy or relatively healthy and happy to be alive, because I want to be around that energy of people that are happy and healthy and somewhat at peace with their life. And I don't want to be on call. I don't want to be on call for emergencies, because that ruins my sleep and it ruins my ability to enjoy something. Like when I was on call for neurosurgery, I couldn't come out on a walk like this because I'd have to have cell phone reception and be able to drive to the hospital real quick for an emergency surgery at any point. So yeah, I don't want to be on call. Those were the two things. So yeah, I guess as a ranger you might be on call for stuff. As a director of a movie, you'd probably be on a pretty tight schedule. Hello. You might have people calling you at night to like ask questions about shooting the next day. You know, this is the thing about hypothetical situations. It's impossible to account for all the aspects of the experience. But no, nevertheless, it is entertaining, at least to me right now. So I'm going to keep going. So I wouldn't have gone to an elite school. I would not have gone to probably medical school, because now I know that you can't help someone unless they really want to help themselves. And a lot of doctors, they have patients come in and they don't really want to help themselves. They just want the doctor to make them better, make the pain go away. That's tough. So I probably wouldn't go to medical school. Film school would be pretty cool. What kind of movies would I make? I don't know. I like scary movies. I like dramas. I also like comedies. I also like scary movies that are very dramatic and funny too. Yeah. I'd probably make scary movies that are also funny and very dramatic, and have a good amount of nature mixed in. Well, that means I'd probably have to live in Los Angeles. Ugh. My wife lived in Los Angeles for a year working at a job. Boy, the air quality was horrible down there. And super crowded, traffic's awful. Now, there were some good things, some really good food. Yeah. Yeah, but I guess if I wanted to make movies, I'd probably have to work in Hollywood. Probably. I don't know, maybe not. Could make independent films. Who knows? If I had a choice of where to live, where would I live? I like where I live right now. Hello. The cost of living is very expensive, but air quality is usually pretty good, except for when there's forest fires. So for a few months out of the year. Although this year has not been bad. Incredible beauty surrounding the area. Seattle has a lot of good food. Oh, my doggy is coming to check on me. Hey, you wanted to check on me? I love you too. I'm okay.
She's been so strong.
Are you okay?
She's doing great.
Oh, good job. Let's keep going. Do you want to be carried? Is that what? Yeah. Oh, that's why she's here.
She wants Daddy.
She wants me to carry her. Okay, can you hold this?
Oh, can I pause it?
No. Can you? You came to be carried. Oh.
뒤에 누구 와?
Hello. Okay. Thanks. Appreciate it. Doobie came to get me to carry her. So cute. You had your fill of hiking today, huh? You did a good job. You came really far. I'm proud of you. Proud of you for getting stronger. She's regaining muscles. Muscles that she lost when she got really sick. She got really skinny. Incredible. She was like a skeleton. A very pale skeleton. It was very sad. But now she's got a red tongue, pink ears. Let's see, it's pink ear. Pink ears. Her ears were not pink, they were pale. She looked ghostly. Oh, man. Glad she's doing better. Well, in this hypothetical life, I would be with Doobie also, and Doobie would live my entire life. Like, she wouldn't die. Okay, that's not realistic. But I would at least be living with Doobie for however long she lives. And she would be allowed on set while I make movies. Okay, well, clearly this hypothetical thing has a lot of holes in it. Like I said earlier, it can be kind of silly, but it can be fun too. It's a hard question, but I think that's my answer to would I go to MIT again if I had the choice. And what would I do what would I do if I could go back and just redo everything? That's probably what I do. With that being said, I am here. I am Gooby. This is Washington in 2025. I am with my doggie, who was very sick last month, and a month and a half now, and she's gotten better. And I'm with my wife and my mother-in-law enjoying a hike. I am very happy to be here. This is where I want to be right now. Where I am. I want to be here, and I am here, and I'm happy that I am here. I'm happy that I have this life that I have right now. With this doggy. I know some of you were wondering, where's Doobie in the last... there's a couple of videos. I went the backpacking trip with Whiskey Rye, and then my wife and I took a short trip to the Big Island of Hawaii. These things were planned a long time ago, before Doobie got sick, and before I decided that I don't really want to be doing long backpacking trips in the mountain by myself. Well, I was with Whiskey Rye for that one to the haunted campsite. But those were planned a long time ago, like half a year ago, before Doobie got sick. Now all those trips that were planned a long time ago are complete. They're done. Now it's just Doobie and me and my wife and my mother-in-law. But I've got some fun trips for Doobie and me and my wife for one of them before she starts work. In fact, my wife's gonna go on a trip, so it's just gonna be Doobie and me at home, but we're not gonna stay home. We're gonna go on a road trip. Not sure exactly where, but I have some ideas. So would I want to be somewhere else? No, I want to be here. I want to be where I am right now. Thanks for asking those questions, North 48 and One Peach Soda. Really kind of stimulated my thinking. Bye.